but we'll save it for the beginning of this podcast.
Which starts
right now. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode 111 for the week of April 17th, 2017. I'm your host, Brian Thomas, alongside my lovable co-host, Justin Kane.
What's up?
The Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
Bootless Wonder, Gary Hines.
what's up?
Yes.
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatedpoints.com, where we talk about the games that we've been playing during the week in a little segment we like to call Under Your Thumb. Take a quick break and come right back with the Drunken News game show. Ooh. But first,
Game show.
game show.
Eagle.
Anyways, yeah, that's deep cuts for you. But Gary, tell me your week. Tell me
My
about your
week has been consisted of this house that we're in now.
Yeah, so if you haven't noticed,
Switch
people
it
that
up.
are watching this on youtube.com/pixelatedpoints, we're in a new location. Gary just bought a house. Congratulations to Gary.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Congratulations to Gary. Yay.
We put the address in the link below.
Send him hate mail, please.
Come to his house.
Yeah,
and
so it's
murder
just
him.
been a lot of painting, a lot of doing work. You know, people getting electrocuted, like that type of thing.
It's God Mike back
It's
there.
not-
Safety first,
It happened.
and then teamwork.
Oh, shit.
Hey, he made the light or the electricity, so thank
Yeah,
you,
we-
God, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God
we're-
Mike got electrocuted here
Shocked.
Shocked.
Shocked. He got shocked today. It's
Yeah.
just a little
If
shocked.
I died, I would have gotten electrocuted.
Got it.
I
Well,
see. There's a difference.
There is a
Thank
difference.
goodness
That's pretty
that didn't
technical.
happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, we
Personality.
All I
have
heard
not.
was from up, like I was downstairs and I just hear like motherfucker, like you gotta turn this light off, and I'm just like fuck, or the electricity, like whatever. It's so we've been working on the house. It's going
The house
well.
has been working back.
Ripping down wallpaper, painting a ton. So, but it's good. I finally feel like we're settling in.
Nice.
So,
Well, congratulations.
thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
letting us do it here.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
No problem, Brian. How about your week? How was
My
your
week
Brian?
was good. It was kind of quiet. My mother's birthday was last Sunday, so I got to see my entire family. That was and then
So
and then,
everyone from the
Yeah,
Mushroom
it's tough
Kingdom
day.
was there.
and then everybody else. I'm gonna see them this Sunday for Easter as well. So that's 2 weekends in a row.
It's a
That's
double
rough.
whammy right
It's a double
there.
whammy. But
Plus some Goombas.
Whammy.
those of you that are watching the video version, you can see I got my hair cut.
All of them.
I got all of them cut. Yeah, I got my hairs cut. But I shaved my head, and by doing so, I got to donate $5,000 to cancer research to the Jimmy Fund.
Damn.
So the company that I work for actually raised $5 million. So that was
What?
kind of cool. Yeah, $5 million.
Let's
yeah.
go,
A
dude.
little nice work.
Yeah. So
Get a little golf clap for you.
yeah, that was it was kind of cool. So it was a nice little thing that they do every year. So every year I've just shaved my head, grow my fro out, and then just cut it off. But yeah,
you
that
think
was,
we could get one episode? If we get enough likes, maybe you'll grow a huge afro for one episode?
and just pick it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that could be something.
maybe.
God, Mike, write it
retweets,
down.
yeah.
The Brian afro. We haven't seen that since high school.
15 years.
Yeah, it would be nice.
There's a reason for that.
Hopefully, you can still grow it.
Yeah, I definitely can.
Justin,
So
how was your
Justin,
week?
yeah, tell us about your week, pal.
I don't know. I painted a bunch of shit over here.
Wonderful.
I lifted a bunch of things that are heavier than me, and I moved them to another place, and there they are.
Thrilling.
He
Exciting.
moved. We did it.
Anthony, you got any stories for us?
Staples life.
Oh.
It's about
Anybody
it.
Nice.
returning
Those
broken
poor-
desks?
Those poor customers.
Yeah, ripped off.
I need to buy a desk.
Again, do not shop at Staples. It was inventory week.
Oh, those
So-
are the
So I
worst.
found all the stolen packages.
You find that people can't
People were
count.
leaving
Stuff was
behind.
written off, and I'm not
Wonderful.
locating it.
Yeah. This paperwork is smudged over here. I don't know what happened to it.
Is that a
Punch some numbers.
Is that
Yeah.
6 and 8? I don't know.
1.4
You
million.
need a pen?
God, Mike back there, you have any stories for us this week?
I got shocked.
Yep.
Fun?
Electrocuted.
You got electrocuted.
How would you say the experience was?
8 out of 10. I give it the green light.
It was electric.
You'd do it again?
It was, yeah. It's electric.
Boogie.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
You know it's there.
But anyways, we're a podcast about video games. So, who went last week? Who prepares these notes? God, Mike
think,
back there.
Justin went last.
Order.
Order.
I don't know,
Blank.
it was Zelda.
So you know what? I'm just gonna
No
say,
one really knows.
Gary, just
I'm
start
gonna
us
go
off.
first,
You're a
'cause I
solid
always-
lead hitter.
I always go
Yeah.
first.
Well, it's because you have other games to talk about besides Zelda.
You always
very
got
true.
you always got the hot
That's
takes.
very true. I'm still playing Zelda on the back burner, guys.
Are
so
you
don't
actually?
worry.
Yeah.
I got you.
The reviews
I
coming.
noticed-
the review the reviews coming.
Reviews coming for Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm at like 5 shrines right now, so it's coming.
Oh, it's on pace with Steve.
Well, you don't need any to beat it, so you're on track.
There we go. But no, my whole week really consisted of NieR Automata. So I got it from Best Buy, $40. My name's Brian Thomas.
What's the phone number? Oh, you can't say it now.
Yeah,
but
it's a me,
after
BC.
on the break, I want to see if you remember.
If I remember,
Yeah.
I think I remember right now.
All right.
I might not. in
You
a
can't
little
say it now, but
bit. Yeah, so I put in about 30 hours and beat it.
That's a lot of hours.
that
Yeah.
happened.
Well, you were also off of work this week.
So I was working on the house, playing NieR, working on the house, playing NieR, working on the house, playing NieR, and that
Yeah.
was
Back and forth.
I wonder if there was a running tally on working on the house in NieR, like
Yeah.
what it would
Like
be
how many
side by
hours you
side.
put into the
house
house.
versus how many I just was playing NieR.
So like
Crushing
1
it.
hour of the house, you got like half hour of NieR.
probably like
Yeah,
1
probably
hour of the
flip
house,
that
like
around.
4 hours in NieR.
Yeah, we'll
no
flip
big
that.
deal.
Yeah, no.
It's his
I
forever.
gotta let the paint dry a little bit.
Exactly.
5
It's
hours.
his house
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not going anywhere.
So, this game is very interesting. I could tell you I put in that many hours, I beat the game, and I still don't know what the story was.
I could have guessed that.
I had no idea. It's super Japanese.
She's the robot. That's
So there are no humans throughout the entire
Seems to be a
world.
theme going
They're all
on.
androids, and then there's machines. The machines are kind of like, they're like children, pretty much, because they don't really understand things. They don't understand feelings. They don't understand love. They don't understand caring for people, but they have like their own machine tribes, and then
Kinda like
there's
Justin.
I'm a machine.
it's a hybrid. Um, and so
Does not compute.
they have their different valleys or different villages that they all these machines kind of congregate at, and then there's obviously the evil machines, and
Who are total dicks.
pretty much it's machines versus androids.
Okay.
It's kind of what's happening in the story.
Do you play an Android?
You play as an android.
Mm-hmm.
2B is her name.
To be?
2B.
Is it not to be?
That is the question.
And then her partner in crime, I guess, for the game is 9S.
9S.
Like 9-S.
Yeah, 9S.
Okay.
He likes to be called Nines, but she won't call him Nines. She'll only call him 9S.
That's awesome.
She's a bitch about it.
He wants his own nickname. You can't do that.
Nope.
You can't appoint your own nickname.
Yeah, so
He's like this super Japanesey, like the one who wants to be like cool in the main character. The main character's like, no, I'm too cool for that.
it's probably not what happened.
Thanks for that insight, pal.
Yeah.
It's really well done. Really well
That's
done.
what I was getting from it.
So basically, this
Did
game.
you play it?
Yeah.
5 minutes?
No,
Yeah.
he played
Played-
about 15, 20 minutes.
That's
No,
a-
we
it's
watched.
enough for a review.
Did
That's
we look
enough
back?
for
It
his
was like
review.
40 minutes.
Yeah, so he played. So Justin was helping me, and he was working on the house, playing.
Playing NieR working on the house.
Working on
I
the house.
played like 40 minutes. I played
Yeah.
like the first opening like.
Yeah,
I
so you-
hear the opening of this game is quite impressive.
Yeah, so Justin
That's
played
pretty
it.
sweet.
But yeah, so the game is the gameplay is hard to describe.
Copy that.
Right?
Okay.
Because on like the outside, just looking at the game, it's a
No. Just a
hack and
defensive
slash,
system.
shoot 'em up mixture.
So
So,
like
kind of
Devil
like
May
a
Cry?
Devil May Cry.
Gotcha.
Where you got your two swords, a light weapon, a heavy weapon,
All
and then your
right.
gun.
I'll work my way inside from
But then the
ground.
game is always changing. As you're playing, depending on where you are in the map, it'll potentially just go 2D side scrolling, just randomly. Like you walk into a
Better than
factory-
Danger of the Ooze?
better than Danger of the Ooze. I
Okay.
can say that. And then you go into an arena, and then it might be top down, and then you're top down, but it's still hack and slash, and you're still shooting, but now you're in a top down view. And then
Okay.
mid fight, it might turn back to being behind you, and then it's full 3D roam hack and slash.
Is it randomized or is it always the same?
It's always the same for
that area.
that area.
Yeah.
But it happened like when I
The
was
first
going
time
into
it
playing
comes
the game.
across, yeah.
I was like, oh, I thought one mission would be 2D, one
Mhm.
mission would be
So
top
it's just
down. It's just in between missions, just flowing, and it flows very well.
that's interesting. I don't think I've really seen
Yeah,
that
it's
because
like you're running down the street and then you get to the staircase and it goes kind of like 2D on you for a minute up and down the staircase and then you run back and then it kind of goes behind you for a minute, and you're running down the
Is
hallway.
it disorienting at all, or does
No,
it just
no.
kind of feel? It just you're like, oh,
they
this
just
is
kind
the
of they
next-
just kind of back off
The camera.
with the
well.
camera. At least at the parts that I played of it, they like backed it off so you could see what was going on. It wasn't like
Yeah.
too bad. You can almost it flowed well.
Do it.
So they show like the camera angles are a really important piece of the game because it shows like the scale of the game. So like if you're running up something that's huge, like the camera really goes back. It really pans back to show you
what
like,
you're
how,
what
like
you're
how
working
big you, like this thing is that you're climbing up or whatever it may be. And so the camera angles definitely play a really key factor to the game. But besides that, I mean the gameplay, the hack and slash is awesome.
Are we
It's
working? Are we doing like combos? Or are we
Oh, yeah.
doing like
Oh, yeah.
so?
So
Is
you-
it is Devil
you-
May
Devil-
Cry for the most part?
And then you have different what they call pods, which is like a special ability because as you're fighting, you have a robot that's above you
I
that's
was
kind of
spamming
following
it.
you
Some mix
that
between.
will shoot, and then as you progress, you get different type of like weapons. So you start off with you have like the machine gun, and then you get like a laser, and then you get these like lock-on missiles, and you can switch on the fly between all three of them. But you have to. Everything is. And that kind of brings me to like the negative on the game is the UI is like all over the place. I don't understand the UI.
Sloppy.
I don't understand the map really at all. Like it just doesn't make sense of how a lot of it works. And kind of like it shows you if you go to your quest, it shows you all active quests. And usually in games you could click on a quest
And that's the one. Yeah.
and then you start following that. This game you can't just click on a quest and follow that. Like you just have your quest active
And
and then they're all sporadic on the map and you gotta literally go into map view and like look at it and say what is the title to this
Yeah.
little marker.
Mhm.
Is this the quest that I want to go on?
That's annoying.
So there's no flow to that,
Mhm.
which I found weird. And then the map itself is really big, but the problem with it is the graphics are like PS2 graphics, where it's not the best looking game. It really isn't. And then on top of that, it's a rundown city that you're going down or going through. and,
Lots
like,
of grays and
No,
a
it's
ton of
more.
invisible walls.
Yeah, it's more like they'll put a real shitty like
So you can't leave
doorway and fire log and a huge gap, and
That
it
you
looks
could-
okay. And
Yeah.
you walk up like, oh, let me just walk over this rubble to the over this pathway, and it's just like invisible wall, and it's just like okay. And there's a railing to a staircase, and you go okay, let me jump over the railing, invisible wall, and you're like okay. And it's just like packed shit. It doesn't. The shit doesn't necessarily look bad, like it's bad pixels or bad graphics, but it's just
It's bad.
it's bad taste, you know. Like who puts stuff there? Like what is this PS2? Like that's what Gary's saying. Like it's just stupid level
like
design.
the invisible walls are ridiculous in this game. But it's still like the combat is. That's why I played so much of it. Is
Yeah,
because the
that's-
combat is so much fun.
Do you feel like the combat kind of makes it okay and look the other way with all these?
Yeah,
or the
I
little
think the
negatives?
combat
Didn't
like
stop 'em.
I think people need to play this
Clearly,
game.
yeah.
I think people need to play this game for the combat because I think it's revolutionary in how they go about mixing the different categories of
This is the
game
target.
Yep.
in
Going to
this
destroy.
one title. And I think that's crazy and people need to play it because it's something like the beginning of the game you talk about it. You're in a fighter ship and it's like Galaga. Just a really good Galaga. You're going back and forth, you're fighting everything, and all of a sudden it goes top down and your bot turns into transform and then you're just like shooting out of these like arm guns.
Nice.
And then it goes back into like you went like just how it flows together. Like it's an experience that people need to play. I think this game is really well done. Like I said, the story I don't really get it. A lot of weird stuff happens. Like for instance, all these little robots create a bigger robot, and then they puke out a naked guy, and then you fight that naked guy, and it's like, yep, this is what's happening right now. Like,
That's Japan. That's
That's it.
normal.
That's
everyday
Japan.
Japan life.
yeah, that just
So-
happens in the street in Japan just every day. Like no big deal.
No, I mean it happens. So the gameplay is fantastic. I will say that it lacked a lot of different enemy types.
Okay, that's weird.
You're fighting
for-
like the three same robots or machines.
And is it just visual wise that these three machines look the same, or do they all have the same skills?
The same skills, the same thing.
So I feel like that would get really repetitive, even though you have like this great
It does,
combat system.
like,
But
I felt like where the story was and how far I got in before, like I was fighting like level 35 when I was level 18, and I was still winning, but it was very challenging. So I was like, okay, now I got to go do side missions. And then I did side missions for probably like 8 to 10 hours.
Jesus,
Just doing
okay.
side missions to rank up to go back to the main story. And I felt like I was getting really bored of the game when I was doing all the side missions because they're different, but you're fighting the same enemies. It's nothing like grand scale.
Yeah.
And then once I did the main story to go the last 3 or 4 main quests to finish the game, like it was very impressive what they did and how the game finished out. I thought it was really well done. I highly recommend it. I mean, Anthony, I know you have it.
I do.
You need to play through that shit. But yeah, no, I crushed that on. But I did hear that there's 5 different endings. You have to beat the game
9S.
once, and then you have to start a new character, beat it again, and then it opens up like 2 more endings, and then you get. So they want you to replay it multiple times, which
Will
I'm not
you-
gonna do.
Yeah, I was about to
I'm
say.
not gonna do that.
For the best ending, or was the ending randomized based off?
I think the ending is random in the beginning. I think to get the best endings, you have
Yep.
to beat it multiple times.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then I went back and played some Uncharted 2, Brian.
About time.
Because you have the PlayStation sitting down there.
I don't have my PC right now.
Yep.
Just don't have it. But I figured I wanted to go back and play Uncharted 2 because I had only played the best Uncharted, to my knowledge, the best Uncharted that I've played,
To your knowledge,
which is Uncharted 1.
16%.
That's it. 16% of the world agrees with me. But I went back and played Uncharted 2, and I'm like on chapter 7.
Nice.
So
That's such a good game.
Yeah. That.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean-
how are you liking it, Gary? Before Justin and I just keep saying how great it is.
it's good. It just doesn't hold up that much.
I haven't played it since probably its release.
Yeah.
Doesn't hold up to what? Uncharted 1?
He's saying the tame.
Just like third-person shooters.
No, just the other third-person shooters right now. Like it just doesn't hold up. Like
The
Yeah.
control aims was definitely floaty.
yeah,
And
I mean,
wonky.
Not wonky, but definitely floaty.
floaty.
I actually found it. You definitely have to get into a rhythm when you're trying to shoot targets in that
Yep.
game.
Is
Like a
it-
couple of extra bullets.
is it you're under
okay.
your thumb or is
Oh,
It's
shots fired.
fired?
It's under your thumb.
Under
Okay,
your thumb.
it's
Yeah,
a whole
under my
segment
thumb.
for all of us.
Under my thumb.
Well,
Yeah, so the controls are really
don't
wonky
censor me.
and they're floaty, you know. But you use a lot of practice and you get snapping on heads, you know.
Yeah, get that sniper rifle and step your game.
Do you
on
have?
it.
Wait, do you have it like aim assist on?
No,
Okay, but it's just
Crush.
snapping onto your head, snapping onto enemy's
I
head.
was
Oh,
just doing
oh,
that
sorry,
little
no.
adjustment
Oh,
and
gotcha.
Russia. But yeah, I mean, it's just climbing things is very interesting. Like it just doesn't respond the way that I want it to. It's like I want to go down and to the right, but my guy every time I hold down to the right, he does like down to the right and then he goes to the left, and it like doesn't make sense why he's doing that. And then there's a couple times, especially in the beginning of the game, where you're creeping through, you're doing the heist in like the first,
Yep.
second mission.
You're breaking into a museum.
Yeah, to steal something with Flynn.
Yep.
And he says some sort of pun there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's always
Yeah.
they're always throwing
Before he
puns out.
falls down.
Yeah, well,
it's a good one.
Yeah, like I'm in like Flynn, man. And he's like,
Yeah.
why did you just say that? He's just like, whatever. You know? In like Flynn, but there was one part where
It's good.
like you're creeping up and you have to like knock these guys out, and I was hugging the wall, and it's like me to you, Brian. Like it's me to you. Like this guy can see me.
Are you behind the wall?
No, I'm like on the same side of the wall as him, just like hugging it, and like he can't see me. And then I'm like press square to knock him out, but he wouldn't. He was just going like this, and I'm just next to this guy, going like this for like a minute straight, and the guy doesn't see me. So
Why did you keep doing
Doing
it
it.
after 2 tries? You know, like you're insane.
because I just was like, how is this guy not seeing me right now? Like, because at that point I'm like really interested on why this doesn't work. And then why does this guy not see me?
It's glitched
So then I
out.
just turned around and left. I was just like, this guy deserves to live now.
You made it. You made it, pal.
You made it.
Congratulations.
You survived another day.
But it is, I mean, the story is really good. I mean, the cinematics, I could imagine for the time of the game of when it came out, like, would blow people away.
Yeah.
You know, I seen a lot of it now and the games that we're playing now are just ridiculous. But trying to play it and envision what it was back then,
Yeah, you got to take it for what it was when it was.
it's really well done.
Yeah.
Really well done. The story is really cool. I believe I'm in Nepal now. Is where like I'm going after. There's Flynn and then there's
Salazar.
Salazar. Yeah, that's the dude.
Dirtbag.
And Sully's just been running around.
Oh, dude.
you know.
Oh, Dave, this is one-liners like crazy.
Yeah, I was telling
Come on,
Steve
kid.
earlier. He was just like, yeah, I had him sweating like a whore in a church or something like that. And Nathan Dre's just like, why would you bring a whore to church? And he's just like, why not? And then they just keep walking. Like it's just,
Sully.
it's interesting.
Oh,
The
It's
dynamic between the two of them is really
It's
well
top-notch
done.
stuff.
Yeah.
I will say that it's a lot more linear than I like, because the games that I've played of this genre.
Because it's called Uncharted. You were just like, oh, let
Was-
me climb that.
Well, for this genre, I've been playing Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah.
So like Rise of the Tomb Raider
It's a little more open.
is a little more open. You have your central hub, and then you go on your missions. This is just
Yep.
that's the path you're taking, which is fine. Going from a game like NieR that I've been playing, which is like everything is open,
Yep.
and you're just running. Like it's nice to have
Just
a
this
story,
Yeah.
just a story being told. So I'm gonna keep at that. I do like how the collection, like this is a remastered version of Uncharted 2,
Yep.
but as I'm playing it, I'm like, I can't wait to play Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Like,
four is,
the whole time I'm playing Uncharted 2, I'm thinking about playing Uncharted 4 just because of like graphically and gameplay wise, like I know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So
It's a little bit
makes
more
me
open
excited.
as well.
Swinging on the ropes and shooting guys.
Yep.
That's
There's
good
a lot.
stuff.
There's a lot of new mechanics in 4 that they introduced, obviously in 4. And it just, I feel like the gameplay just gets better with the progression of the series. I do think that 2 and 4 are like my favorites. It's hard for me to kind of pick one, but I
choose
mean,
one right now.
you choose one.
60%, baby. You're a 1 in 3 kind of guy.
The story is. I think the story of 2 is probably the best.
I just like the scenery, the areas that they were in that game were my favorite.
Of 2.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
2 were my favorite in the series.
Yeah. So far, I mean, I've done the jungle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm now in Nepal, which is like
Up in the mountains.
it's like in the city.
Yeah, you're in the city
So I
part.
just
so
yeah.
like,
So I'm trying to find the temple. Is what I'm
which
trying to do right now.
You finding the dagger?
The dagger I already found.
Okay.
And the dagger showed me where the temple is,
Mhm.
and now I just found the temple, but now I have to.
With Chloe, because
Yeah.
you're with
Did
Chloe
they, like-
right now, right?
Who's
So
gonna
you've
be
done-
in
People
the
are
new
like
game,
shooting
right?
at you right now or
So
something?
you've done. Have you done the truck?
No,
No. Okay.
Spoiler.
That's not. It's not a spoiler.
I'm sure that there's gonna be a car scene. A
There's
truck
trucks.
Scene,
Yeah, there's a
like,
couple
whatever.
truck scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that ship hops off in that town.
I will say that I enjoy the FAL, like the fall.
The fall.
yeah. The fall of the 3 burst.
It is so much better than the AK. Like
Yeah,
the
well,
AK
obviously.
is
Because if you
the
aim
worst.
for the center of the chest, that third shot is probably like,
You're gonna hit
kinda
it
right
in
in
the
the
face.
throat.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So guys, and they all run, crunch down, like hunch down, and they run straight down like a hallway like that, and they just line up, and you're just like headshotting everybody.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So it's good. It's good. So I've been playing that, and then
When you beat it, you get the fat suit. And
You
the
get Donut
slow-mo
They they removed
Covered,
Donut
yeah.
Drake. I think.
Oh, boo. Oh, yeah,
No,
because
they-
it was
well, from
hurtful.
4. From 4. I don't
yeah,
know
they
if it's-
didn't.
Oh, but you could still, yeah, don't censor me, bro.
Yeah, just from 4. They didn't have it in 4.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Or 2 Sullys running around is always good.
me and Justin did a little games for 2 that
Oh, yeah. That
you will
turned
not
it to
see
be
You will
on
not see.
a game of
YouTube.
poo.
Ghostbusters 2016.
The
Is
hidden,
that what
the
it's
hidden
called?
gem of 2016? Is this?
I mean, it's just called Ghostbusters, but it came out in 2016. So just kind of reference that.
So going out on a hunch, we kind of knew this game was going to probably be bad.
It was made by Activision, which we played another great Activision game earlier tonight. But it, I'll just say this: it had nothing to do with any of the movies.
No.
You didn't get to play. Like I wanted to play as the original characters.
Like Bill Murray?
That's it.
Who'd you play as? Was it like the
I want
new
to be
girls?
the guy with the
No,
I
wasn't
wasn't
even
the
the-
guy with the eyeglasses.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't think that's his name, Brian. But
Nope. It's not his name.
It was nobody, and they had guns. It was like shoot the ghosts with guns.
Like
and then you can pull out like your laser
someone
trapper
had
gun.
like a
Wait, like an
There was like a rifle. Someone had a shotgun. Somebody had a
Dual pistols.
like and a mini
Each
gun.
one had a different.
A mini fucking
Why
gun.
are we even talking about this game? This sounds awful.
just to let everyone know, never
Not to
play
Never
this
play
game.
this game.
Never
Never play this
so,
game.
So it was Redbox because it was just like whatever. It's a co-op game. Me and Justin have been doing the house, playing NieR.
Yeah.
Doing the house, playing
You-
NieR.
You see the
So-
pattern. You see the pattern.
So we're just like throwing a little Ghostbusters. We literally made it 2 missions, and then we're like, this game is a piece of shit. At first, we saw like it was kind of like a Mutants in Manhattan, where we're like,
no.
oh, like
It looks
we could
cool.
we could just beat this whole game right now if we wanted to. So we're like, we're gonna beat it. We played 2 missions. We're just like turning this off.
That's what we should have done with Mutants in Manhattan.
We closed it pretty quickly.
I mean, you and I finished that game.
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
did.
close it quickly. We finished it.
Yeah, I was having a really good time playing with you, Brian. So
I mean, I had a great time playing
I
with you.
enjoyed our time.
I like
spent.
the gigantic holographic Donatello that
Oh,
you
yeah.
had, the home run swing thing as well.
I mean, the game was awesome.
Ah,
Debatable.
debatable.
So yeah, that's really it for me. I guess we can transition into Justin since we both played Ghostbusters.
We played Ghostbusters together, and it was magical.
Ghostbusters.
But this week I got the baseball fever. I wanted to play a baseball game so bad for some reason.
You bought a baseball hat. You bought a Red Sox hat.
I got a Red Sox
Congratulations.
hat
Set the
because
new
I
hat.
got paint on my other hat.
The
Paint.
Celtics.
The Celtics hat.
one.
Next
So I
time you
need-
paint, wear old clothes.
Duly noted.
I figured he wasn't doing much work anyway.
Well, he was doing. He was actually quite
Yeah.
the helper.
I'm fucking such a beast at putting paint on walls.
I'm watching it dry.
But anyways, but I didn't want to pay $60 for the new MLB The Show.
Yeah, you
because I
did-
mean it's $60.
Yeah.
So I bought last year's for $20.
All right.
And I got the Road to the Show, which is their Be a Pro mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that this is the best sports game in that department, in the Be a Pro mode that I've played. I've played most of the Be a Pros. And I
Okay.
think that it's the best for one reason. I guess you can't necessarily do it. You can do it in Madden. You can't really do it in NBA, but it cuts you right to I play shortstop, so it brings me right to the inning where I could make a play on the ball. And it brings me
Oh.
right to that play.
See, I don't know if I like that.
yeah.
But you
Yes.
don't have to do that. If you hit
Oh, okay.
an option, you could be in every single play and watch the pitcher throw 8 strike at
Yeah.
bats and watch the balls fly into the outfield and do all that stuff. You could if you want.
Okay.
But I don't want to do that. So I like to
That's
skip.
normally how
Yeah.
it was, wasn't it, when they first came out? The show.
Yeah,
You could
or-
you could play each game for
Yeah.
all 100 and
Yeah.
something of them.
Yep. So you can do that if you want.
But you're just kind of
But
doing.
I'm
the
not. I
quick
don't want to
play
do
type
that
of thing.
I'm too impatient to watch it and
Okay.
watch the fly balls and
No,
stuff.
I'd be the same way, but
So you can skip to your next at bat or your next appearance, whatever that is,
Yeah.
offense or defense.
so Madden actually does this with their like Be a Pro mode or whatever, where if you're a running
I haven't
back
done it in a while,
or
or
if
played
you're
Madden in a
if you're a
while.
running back, it actually used to
Good
be
call.
all in first person.
Well, yeah, it
so
goes
like,
to your plays.
yeah, so it would go to your play. So like if you didn't get a play until the second quarter, you would miss the whole first quarter. It would just simulate it and show you like who's scoring,
winning and who's
yeah, where you are on the field,
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, football,
so that's cool.
I think football and baseball are really the only ones that you can do it. But I like that. I also like it's much more. The commentary is better. I feel like it's always repetitive no matter what if you play it long enough. But I feel like they're more. The stats are better. The situation it's more situational when two teams are playing each other. Their conversations are more topical about what's going on, the
Okay.
weather,
Yeah.
the different things. It's just it seems like more real.
Does
more
it feel like
realistic.
you're watching a baseball game? Almost?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, hey, Bob, cut that.
Yeah,
Kobe. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like that stupid shit. It feels fluid and nice. So they do a nice job with that.
Well, I
It
mean,
looks
they do
dope.
have a lockdown on the, I guess,
Baseball.
just the baseball games in general because there isn't one that.
Well, I think
is-
it's just because
It's backyard baseball.
2K and EA don't make good products. They're just cash grabbers. So these guys are actually making
Sure.
good games.
yeah,
Um,
it is a Sony first.
it's a Sony
party.
product, yeah.
I think it might be a first. It might be a second party actually. I think it's
they publish
it's not
it,
Santa Monica. It's one of
Yeah,
their.
well, they say Sony.
San
at least when you turn it
Bernardino,
on,
maybe?
they pump that Sony on you
Yeah.
hard when you turn it on. But the only other thing I will say, in comparative to other Be a Pro modes is their skill points
Mm-hmm.
are done in a way that they're achievable, but I'm not too good too quick, at least to begin. So, and it's not like painful, like it was for NBA. To be
To, like,
painfully
get
bad.
points?
It wasn't.
up
Yeah,
to
like
stats
it wasn't
of
as
the player.
painfully bad in the beginning.
Okay.
Because they put you in the minor leagues
Yep.
and stuff like that. So I'm able to hit balls.
Yeah, to like actually play with people. You're,
Yeah, and since it sims to your appearances, if you're sucking, you get your next chance to do better is right.
right there.
So
Okay.
I do like it.
What was that MLB game that I got?
The show. No,
No, it was like 2K.
it was. Oh yeah, it was a 2K game.
I want to say it was 2K07 or 08. And I remember, like, within the first season of my player, I had him max out to level 99
Yeah.
on everything. He was crushing home runs, like, every single
That
at-bat.
happened. I had a FIFA game. Like
It was
a FIFA
probably one of my
09.
favorite baseball games. I mean, I have MLB The Show, the first one that
15.
came out on the PS4.
I think you have 15.
It's probably, if I
14,
was to
yeah.
guess, it'd be 14
Yeah.
because 14 would
I
be
should've
the
got the
first
one with
year of the
Griffey on it.
PS4. That's the new one.
That's
It's
the
a
new-
brand
yeah.
new one.
Is it?
17.
Yeah,
That's
17. Actually, fun fact for you: there's
They
a
always-
dope-ass hat. Have
Yeah.
you seen that hat?
Of course I've seen the hat.
I've got a friend at work that has it. I'm like, oh, I don't even like fucking baseball hats, but that's awesome.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
sweet hat.
Yeah.
So I might be buying MLB The Show 2017. Check it out.
Yeah.
Just when you see the
that
hat next
Griffey
week.
hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have all the other game modes too, as well, like the
Yeah. Have
know,
you been playing anything
competitive, the
besides
card base? No, I'm really only mostly
just
From management.
But they were giving me a bunch of stuff I wasn't too paying attention to it too much. Where I can get a stash of gloves and cleats and things, and I'm sure they're power ups for one of the modes, and then I can have my player cards and do all that stuff. So
Nice.
it was cool.
very cool.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
I'll keep playing it. It's gonna be that game that I go to. Similar
it's gonna
to
be
NBA.
your it's gonna be your sports game.
So other than that, I played Zelda.
Which we'll save for
Yeah.
the end
Please do.
because
Yeah,
I
please
think
do.
almost all of us have played it actually.
Yeah.
Correct.
Even Gary. His Wii U's not plugged in, but he's played it.
I have. I've been crushing it.
So then I'm gonna go to Lighthouse.
All right. So besides Zelda, it was Yooka Laylee this week.
Ooh.
No rap.
No rap.
No rap in the
Doesn't
game.
Doesn't open up with the rap.
Yep.
It's a missed opportunity.
Donkey.
But so it opens up as with this criminal mastermind named Mr. B.
Is a bee.
Yeah, looks like a bee, and then his sidekick's like a snake.
It's the Animal
It's a
Kingdom.
duck.
It's the Animal
It's a duck?
Kingdom kind
It's a duck.
Dude, wow.
His name is Dr. Quack.
I thought he called him trousers.
No, that's
They
the
all
guy
look
that
like-
sells you the moves.
They all look like
Well,
snakes.
at least we can know for sure that he didn't Google it.
Fair enough.
So at
There
least
you
you
go.
got.
Yeah. I
you
made
got
it. I
something to
made
go
it
there.
5 minutes in before I Googled something.
Yeah.
It's a world record.
So let me ask you,
Go on.
how far did you make it?
World 2.
Okay, I'm at World 2 as well.
So how does this go, boys? How do you
So,
get?
Has anyone played? Have you played Banjo-Kazooie at all?
I don't think so.
It's okay.
Donkey Kong 64.
I've seen you play Banjo Kazooie, but I've
Okay,
only
do you
seen you in
remember-
the act of being in a world. I didn't see like the
So
the
there's an
overworld.
overworld like Banjo-Kazooie or Mario 64, and in Mario 64 you have to collect stars, and by doing that you were doing little mini missions in a world. So you would jump into a world,
Okay, and then you could
would-
leave, right?
Yeah, then you can leave into your centralized hub,
And then if you had enough stars, you could open
unlock-
another painting
exactly.
and you could jump through the
so
painting.
in this game, you're looking
Pages.
for pages in a book. So there's this magical book that has treasure, and the bad guys stole the book, and
Dick.
you go into their facility and you try to collect the pages that fell out of the book. So you go into the first world, which is just this.
the basic.
It's grass and mountain, the range, and you're just doing these random tasks to collect pages.
And you're jumping on enemies' heads and stuff like that.
You're
Well,
not really doing that. You're kind of spinning Yooka, and so Yuka's a chameleon, Laylee is a bat, and you're just kind of knocking into them. It is not a good game. It is not a good game.
No,
No,
Brian.
it's not a good game. It's
sorry.
painful because like I love Banjo.
and you wanted this game. You
And
were
I
back
re-
and you put money on that.
I did. I
did,
kickstarted it. It's just not good, and that's okay.
Is it?
Well, yeah.
It's
It's better
It's
than
not
buying
pref-
it
but
for
it's
40.
not. It's not
and-
preferred.
hold
Yeah,
on.
it's
It's
not
not
How
preferred.
bad would you say it is?
If I had to I would certainly
Would you
give it a
say-
yellow.
Yeah, all right.
Well,
But
what if we were
certainly
going
give-
on
let's
somebody
go
else's
on a
scale?
rating, 'cause-
Let's
All
go
right,
on,
if I had to put a number to it,
put some
But
money
if
on
you
it.
go like Zelda to Mutants in Manhattan,
Where are you?
I'm gonna say 4.7.
Ooh, shit.
I would have given it like a 6. The only real
Round number, rookie mistake.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
But the
but
only
seriously,
camera angles are probably the worst thing.
The
and
camera angles
controls.
and the controls are fucking atrocious.
Are very
Those are
bad.
tough
So
things
you
in the game
can't
to suck
control
at.
the camera. You can't
I
zoom
would-
out at
yeah, I
all. You cannot zoom out at all, which you could do in both Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie, and I think
Can you
Donkey Kong
rotate it?
64.
Yeah,
Yes,
64 is kind of terrible. You can rotate it,
but
yeah.
the N64 games have better controls than this game does.
Correct.
So the controls on this are fucking atrocious. And the hitboxes for enemies are awful. So I'll spin into an enemy
Like, maybe
and
20
knock
yards,
him
yeah.
back, but by moving forward and
You'll-
knocking them back, I hit them and then I get knocked back, even while they're in a daze from me. So it's I'll attack them.
And then you touching them hurts you. So.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that the animation pushes you forward and then you get hit by that and you're like, what the fuck is that?
It's pretty much a delayed,
It's not
garbage.
good. The controlling, the jumping and the flying, the jumping around is awful. The platforming is terrible in this platforming collection game.
Isn't that what this game is? Is supposed to be gameplay and platforming, and if you
Yeah,
screw up on that,
you're kind of
shooting
it's-
yourself in the foot.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
no one's really playing this game for the incredible story.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. The writing is the writing and the music are the best parts of this game.
music's pretty
The
good,
rap?
but no
No,
rap.
no,
Without
no,
the rap,
with the
minus
music
rap.
itself is fantastic. The music is just like Banjo-Kazooie. The World 1, I was humming in my head the other day, and it felt like I was humming Banjo-Kazooie. I think the writing is great. It breaks the fourth wall. It's actually pretty funny sometimes if you
It's a lot
really.
if you do the arcade,
Oh yeah,
where the guy tells you it's in 1997.
Yeah,
It's like, I've been
so-
waiting here since 1997. You're like,
yeah, and you're like, wait, you've been waiting 10 years? So in the game, you find a character that has an arcade, and he's very pixelated. And he looks like an N64 character, and he's just been sitting there. And in order to get one of the pages, you have to play his arcade game, which I will say is cool because it's like an RC Pro-Am top-down.
That game was terrible.
The controls were awful.
Correct.
But it's cool that they have these little
Mini
retro mini games inside the game itself, and you can play those at any time you want. But they're like, oh yeah, well, you look. They literally say you look terrible. You look like you should be back in 1997. He's like, oh, funny enough that you say that. I have been waiting since 1997. Where the hell have you guys been? So some of the writing is kind of funny. There's a ton of puns as well. It's the writing that you would expect from a Rare team or a Banjo, like the Banjo N64 era. But I feel like the game is highly uninspired when it comes to the missions and when it comes to the worlds and the design of them. Because when I played the first level, I was like, okay, this is your typical grassy hill area that we have to climb really high. And so there's a lot of just, stone working and a lot of, dirt and grass. So I thought that was just going to be the first world. And then I get into the second world, and it's a lot of the same reused, stone workings, but it's just covered in snow. And it's not like the snow world in Banjo-Kazooie, which is called Freeze Easy Peak, where, yeah, exactly. And it's there's a Christmas tree and snowmen and this gigantic snowman that has a scarf that you end up sledding down. There's a ton of different things that you think of when you think of a snow world. And it's slightly different from the first world, but it has snow on it. And it's it doesn't match up. The music isn't all that great. I felt like they're lacking very hard, and there's only 5 worlds, and the first 2 are the same exact thing.
I heard,
with the
I heard
that
of
coming.
another world. I'm not going to mention it because if you haven't seen it, I heard of another world that's like just
Shit.
there's nothing there. Like for what they're going for in this world per se, they
Per
just
se.
like don't fill the world with anything alive,
It's
and
not.
that's what it feels like unfinished is what I've heard. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean that's disappointing. That's disappointing. I mean, especially for a game that's supposed to be really about gameplay and platforming.
I just felt that when I was playing it, I really just wanted to play Banjo-Kazooie.
I think that's what they were trying to replicate for that. And
Well, yeah, they like that's what I felt like they were doing too, but I just felt like they missed the mark on so many different things where you could have designed the worlds better. You could have like even the missions. It's just like, oh, race this character and you get a page, and then
it's the cloud,
yeah, and then it's just like climb this thing. It just didn't have any variety in the world, and there's like 25 there's 25 pages in this small little world that feel just crammed in there, and they don't feel rewarding. They're not unique whatsoever. It's just like, oh, I just got another page. I felt like with Banjo, or like for Super Mario 64, it's like the first world is you have to go kill King Babam, right? I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, yes.
So you throw them off, and then the second one is you have to do. What's the second? You have to race.
You're right. Gary's
Koopa
like
Troopa.
dying.
Yeah, Gary.
He's,
Sorry.
he's
Me
not
and
even
Justin
laughing.
made like I was yawning, but I was trying to
But-
keep myself from yawning.
And
And then me and Justin, I look up and Justin's staring at me. We made some like really
Well,
weird eye contact.
I look over at him, and apparently now, because I know that he's holding in a yawn, and I know the tears that come after a yawn, I look over at him, he's just red-faced.
Almost
like
teared up.
Like he's dying, just completely teary-eyed. Like he's so upset
that
about
was
this game.
super strange. My bad.
No,
Proceed, guys.
it's okay.
Proceed.
But like,
It was
there's
funny.
variety and things to do in these other games that it's trying to replicate, and they just don't do that.
You missed the mark. Whoever who
Platonic.
made this.
Platonic
Platonic.
games.
Platonic Games.
They-
My friend trusted you, and you let him down.
Yeah,
Dirtbags.
it's all right. I'm glad it's there. I don't think if they make a second one, I probably won't get it unless it's like.
Well, how can you trust them?
Completely different. I mean,
Yeah.
they could do
How can
something.
you trust them now?
Nah, good question. Good question.
I know I can't.
But I got the game for like $15 because I kickstarted it, so that's not a bad hit. I got like, how long have you? I played it for like 6 to 8 hours, maybe.
4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you get all 25 pages in the
I
first
have
level?
like 22.
Didn't even get close to that.
Yeah, I have a lot. Like I like to try and get everything before moving on to the next.
I would,
thing,
but like I said, the cloud sucked.
Mhm.
Out of that race, I lost the first one. I was like, skip this page, and then the platforming for like what were those like stone guys?
Sure.
You need the platforms invisible.
Oh yeah, you have to like echo it.
Yeah.
So you do learn new moves like you do in the other, like in Banjo-Kazooie. So the more pages that you get, you can trade in, or the more feathers that you collect or something like that
For new moves.
for new moves. So that way you can get to new locations, like a high jump or like a flying glide, like a longer. You hold so you can fly instead of just jumping. And that's in the same vein as Banjo-Kazooie, but I felt like it just sucks. That's what it is. It just sucks.
It sucks, man.
Ruined his childhood.
Well, no, it didn't.
Really
Because
sucks.
I can just
go
I can
back to
just
Banjo-Kazooie.
Go back to Banjo-Kazooie, and which
Isn't that being remastered or remade?
Gary, I have it on Rare Replay,
Mm,
and I can just play that whenever. So
there you go.
That's how he does it.
and that's how the cookie crumbles.
I
At
like
least
that.
for on Yooka Laylee.
All right. Anything
But
else?
anything
Let's
else?
Move on from
No,
this
that was
piece
it.
of shit.
Wait, did you have something? That was
I don't have anything else. I think that the last game that we're probably going to talk about
Zelda.
is Zelda.
Played a lot of Zelda this week.
I actually played a shit ton of Zelda this week.
you did.
There we go.
So where is everybody? What do we got for numbers?
I got my second
Divine Beast.
Divine Beast.
Okay. You beat
I
it?
got the camel.
no, I didn't actually. I didn't play a lot this week.
Okay.
With Zelda. I only got 2 more shrines, which were the 2 puzzles at the end.
I got
we
the
don't-
Master
We don't know where
Sword.
that is.
All right.
Yep.
Did you?
Congratulations.
Master Sword.
Nice.
Get through the forest.
It took me a long time, but I figured it out.
Nice.
Yeah, it took me a long time. I was like throwing
still
the
haven't
fucking.
heard a
I was
single
trying
thing
to-
about it.
Oh, well, I guess I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
it. I was trying to basically take on the obstacle head on, and it took me hours of pounding my head against it and almost giving up before I was like, wait a second. What?
So
Nailed it.
how many shrines are we talking?
I have 13 hearts and 2 stamina, so I think I'm at like 38 or close to 40.
It's got to be higher than that because
Higher.
I have
It's
40.
higher.
I have 10 hearts and like a
Has to be higher.
stamina
Really?
reel and a half. Yeah.
The last time I checked, I was in the 30s, but I wasn't.
I
haven't
have
checked.
40 shrines.
So, well, anyways, I definitely have 13 hearts because I knew that's how many I needed that like weeks ago.
I'm still stuck at 5 shrines.
Nailed it.
It's not bad.
Crushing
It's
it
not
out.
bad at all.
No,
You could
I
get
got
start.
off the Great Plateau though.
Nice.
Just rolling.
You're rolling.
Just making my way.
Gliding.
You know, just got to take down Ganon.
You could do it.
You can
right
go
now
straight
if
to
you
the
want.
Save
castle.
Zelda.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna beat the game before you guys do. I'm gonna go on YouTube,
Figure it
watch
out.
some
Speed
speed runs.
I mean, you've done Dark Souls. You probably take out Calamity Ganon, no problem. 3
Sure.
hearts, tree branch, good to go.
got it.
I found a bunch of memories. I found like 4 memories. There's a
Did you go looking for them or you stumbled across them?
I stumbled across them and I found somebody that tells me where they are.
No.
Yeah, I found somebody that's like, oh, I know where that location is. Oh, it's over here.
Is
Go
it
look.
the person at the stables who painting who always asks you to see your book?
Yeah,
What's that person?
the dude. His name is like Picano or something like that.
Yeah, he's at all the horse stables.
Yeah, well, he's at a horse stable and then he goes to different villages.
Oh yeah, I see him
So,
all over the place.
Yeah, and he's just like, hey, you got a picture to show me? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And he's just like, oh, that's obviously Hyrule Castle. How do you not know where that is? But it looks like it's over here, looking down from this angle. You should go over that area. And I found like 3 or 4 of them. I heard the "Can you hear it yet?" hero, and I was like, oh, she
Good
threw
one.
some fucking sass.
I told you it was sass.
So
it
actually,
was sass.
Yeah, don't you just
Alright.
keep your thoughts to yourself over
right.
there. Spoil City.
Because I've seen all the memories and
Yeah.
it's pretty
So,
pretty good.
This guy.
yeah.
Then they give you
I'm
the one grand
This
memory.
guy. I see why he bought
Stop
2
before you
Switches.
spoil. You
I'm
already,
not-
you already spoiled one thing tonight. Like
What was the one?
I'll tell you,
Later.
you already told where the Master Sword is tonight. So you've already spoiled one thing. So let's keep that to a minimum tonight. I'm still on 5 shrines.
I'm on my second Divine Beast. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm
Which
having
one is it?
Some sort of I'm in Goron City.
So the
So-
salamander.
It's the camel.
No,
No, the
Oh,
the
the
thing
Goron.
climbing Death Mountain.
salamander.
I'm
Or
there.
Gengar.
So I am having difficulty right now because I only have the flame armor. I don't feel like spending a shit ton of money on the pants.
You don't.
You don't. You only need 1 piece.
No.
No, you need 2.
You need 2.
When you hit the
need 2
vote.
pieces?
But
Or you could just use
the-
you could drink elixirs, but right now
You gotta.
I'm
You
having-
gotta boss up and get that helmet.
no, yeah, let me spend $2,000 on a helmet. I'm
He
not,
told you the
I'm not-
trick?
no, the trick.
Yeah,
I've
go-
used
go-
the trick. I've used the trick.
You did the snowball trick.
No, first off, I just
guessing.
went
That's
to
not
the.
a trick, though.
That's
It's
not
not,
a trick.
but it's
I
better.
did the glitch. Yeah, I understand that, but I have to go all the way to the top left of the map to get up there.
Oh, you haven't been up
or
there.
you
I haven't
just
been up
sell
there.
all the
I see.
opals.
Yeah.
Boom, $2,000.
Yep. So I have a shit ton of that. Although I did find another way to find a lot of money very quickly.
What you got?
That's what we're doing.
So
Yeah, I mean, this is
what,
this is
what
what
I
we're
would
finding.
what
This
I would
is
recommend
under our
doing
thumbs.
is I'm finding that I'm just taking pictures of everything, and just to get my what is that called?
You're like your codex up.
Encyclopedia kind
Yeah,
of.
After you told me about it, I've been taking pictures.
I
I've been
take
throwing my
pictures-
sword on the ground.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I just
hey.
take a
That's what
picture of it. If I ever need that sword again, you just use it. That's what I want to find, and you
Put
can
it to
go,
the
walk
shrine.
around and find it. So what I've been doing is I took a picture of a treasure chest, and then just have that up instead of my shrines. Everywhere you walk, I guarantee you guys walk by 5 shrines every minute.
Oh, you mean treasure chest?
Treasure chest.
Sorry.
That they're like buried in the
Yeah,
dirt?
they're just buried in the ground, underneath the water. I'm just collecting 50 rupees here, 100 rupees there.
Because I've taken a
Opal
picture of a
here.
treasure chest. I've just never gone back to
If you
find
assign it,
You have to assign it
if
to
you
the shrine.
assign it
I
to your
told you
shrine
this
thing,
last week.
it
I know,
fucking-
I
you
haven't
find
done it yet.
So many treasure
Things.
chests. And at this, I have like 30 Korok seeds. I don't know where the fuck that guy is. I need more inventory slots. So I'm like, just like, oh, what weapon am I getting rid of now? I guess this fucking 38 level sword. Let me throw that away because I found something at 40. So
Yeah, I'm
You-
throwing swords in the trash.
yeah, you
But I
find-
found him, and he's at his final resting place now.
nice.
So at least that's
Correct.
good. I know where he's at.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, but cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Has
keep it.
anyone
Go on.
been to Eventide Island?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's the
If you
island
just-
off the bottom right corner of the map.
That has the shrine?
It's a side quest.
It's
for
a side
shrine.
quest for a shrine.
Did you get a piece of gear in there?
I do not know because I haven't.
Because I feel like
gotten there,
literally there's a
but
big.
I'm
it's a
on my.
big-
You can't.
I'm on my way there now.
So the beach is a big cutout, and then all the way out there is just one little island
Bottom
in
right.
the bottom,
The bottom right corner.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
So
You have to survive the island.
anyone swimming? Yeah, hold on.
Oh, so
Is anyone swimming? Anyone using the paraglider?
is this when you get there and it tells you
I
there's a
haven't
trial?
been there.
Is this the one?
Yes.
Oh, then I've been there, but I don't think that I did it.
Okay, because you know what
I flew in.
I'm doing more like trying to think outside of the box type of things. And if you couldn't tell, I'm enjoying the game, obviously, Gary. But so no,
What is that coming to me for?
because I want
I
to
have
talk
no
to you
idea.
now about it. Because I'm
Okay.
talking to them. I don't
Yeah.
want to cut you off. Cut you out of the
No,
conversation.
I've been cut
So-
off. I don't
so
remember the last.
If I
5
wanted
minutes.
to, what you could do is you can just set up cryostasis or whatever that is, cryonesis, and just swim to that block, climb up that block,
Yeah,
and
you
just
go so forth and so on.
do that a bunch of times if
Forever.
you can't make it. And I'm like, that's really fucking cool. Like, if you have the patience to actually get out there, because I can't glide out there yet. I don't have enough stamina to do so. So I was like, fuck it, let's do that to see if I can get out there.
And you can.
Yeah, and I can. Yeah, I'm
No,
happy-
sometimes
You could take
I'm
the
so
boat
impatient
if you want.
that when I do the ice for the next block, I jump before you land on it and you keep going.
Yeah.
Slide off.
And I keep hitting it, sliding, and then as I dip up, I go underneath it and it breaks.
Yeah.
And then I gotta swim back to the other one and
Yeah,
stand
you
up, and
gotta
I'm just
gotta have a
like,
little bit of patience on that.
I'm such a dick about it.
It's platforming to get you every time.
Every time.
Years later.
Dink
Yeah.
platform, son of a bitch.
I think my favorite thing right now that I'm enjoying is just the different approaches that you can take for almost every.
You guys get those little. You can get balloons, pink balloons. I forget what they're called, but they're literally balloons. You can attach them to anything, and it'll just
It's a side quest.
take it away.
Oh yeah,
I-
someone
I-
asked
I-
me to get a balloon.
I can buy them. I think.
Just-
I walk away. I don't. What'd you
Yeah,
say?
there you can put it on those rafts that you find in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sketchy and you fall off after a certain amount of time, but you can put it on there. You can also take a bomb and you can put the balloon on the bomb, and you can use one of those fan leaves from the tree, and you can blow the bomb towards the enemies.
Mm-hmm. Fun
and then
fact: you
blow it
can
up.
use that leaf to use a raft
Raft
to get across.
Yeah.
I found a boat oar. Didn't let me fucking.
That was another thing. I found a boat oar. I was like, I'm in a boat. Let me try to paddle
Yeah.
this.
Is it just a weapon?
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
just a
weapon.
weapon. I was a little disappointed.
I
with that.
I will throw a level 50 sword down for a soup ladle any day. Any day.
Wow.
I will carry every single soup ladle that I find.
In a pot lid.
And I just cannot wait to smack somebody with it. It breaks after like 2 hits. The
So-
guy's standing there like, are you serious?
I found what I thought to be a great fairy fountain, but something else.
Okay.
It's just.
Yeah, and it costs 1,000 rupees to unlock it. So I did the old Justin trick. You save, figure out what it was. Not feeling that, load it, get my 1,000 rupees back. But I could see that being useful. This I'll tell you off air because I don't want to
Right.
spoil it.
Yeah.
But I could see that being
Nice.
very useful for someone who has a particular item, let's just say, that
Okay.
vanishes. So that could be very helpful. But like that's what I love, and I found like
These messages, I'm just.
you'll get
figure
it.
it out.
I love just like walking around, and then when you actually find something, it's not satisfying like everyone says. It's like, fuck, that took forever to get, and I didn't really get that much from it, but it's a cool little thing it's this tiny little detail that's in this huge fucking map. So like quests out in the wild that you just find and solve it right then and there. I feel like those are cool little details, but again, it takes forever to get to, and you stumble across it, so I find that to be cool. That's
It's an awesome game.
yeah,
Who's
it's
Tiba
Tiba.
Excuse me?
in the game?
I don't know.
Well, they're an asshole because that's what I wrote.
Oh, yeah. Well, it sounds like you're
I
really
don't
into
remember
that.
what it was.
Tiba.
So-
TBA?
I
Love, the
T-E-
bird. Is it the bird?
Oh, because
Oh,
he
it
might
is the
be.
bird.
It's the
Oh, the
bird.
one
He's
who's
a
supposed.
complete
He's a
douchebag.
douchebag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
spoiler.
it's,
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
are fucking
Oh,
atrocious.
you would have met birds already.
No, not.
No, I haven't.
Tiba's
I'm in
different.
I am the bottom all the way to the top of
You met the bird with
No,
the
T-
fucking.
No, I haven't
but-
met Tiba. I've
Tiba's
met
down.
the
No,
No,
accordion.
you
You
haven't
met
met
the
Tiba.
music
Definitely
bird.
not.
Oh, you
Yeah.
met the music guy.
So there,
You
you've
know they're
met
in the game.
Got
birds.
off the Great Plateau. Like,
Also, it's not about us. It's about the listeners. So,
Okay.
Listeners,
Well,
I'll
either way,
probably
that guy
way
is
ahead.
a dick, though. Total dick.
Yeah.
Watch out for him.
but
Hate his guts. But I just beat my second beast was the camel, and it was down the bottom left at the All Girl Village. The Goron.
Gerudo.
Not
the
Gerudo. The Gerudo.
Gerudos.
Not the Goron.
Getting the lure down.
Yeah.
It's tough.
You're
2
getting
Gs.
there. You're getting there.
It's the worst. But yeah, I took that guy out. And now I'm on a quest for a specific armor piece that the main village chief gives you the quest to go take him down. So that chief, she has an item.
To complete every quest.
Yeah,
within the
and it's
village.
hard. They're hard to figure out because they don't tell you where it is. It's like you
Yeah, you
gotta
have to pay attention
No,
to what
I
people
read it.
say. Or
subtle,
I
yeah,
read
pretty
it,
much.
but it's like
She didn't tell you shit.
they're a little. They don't tell you anything. It's like, oh, I wish this would happen. I'm like, me too, because I want this item, and you're really pissing me off. It's like help everybody, and I'm trying, but it's hard. It's hard being Link out here.
I found a maze.
Yeah,
This
the
is
grass
one-
maze.
No,
Well, there's 4. There's 3.
Talking about the stone.
the maze that has the walls that are
Yeah.
fucking 800
So-
feet high with the guardians in it.
There's multiple.
Oh, mine didn't have guardians in it.
These
Mine
are-
I
this
found-
is
I
the
found a
snow
grass
right?
No,
So you're on the
I
other side.
saved before I
top
flew
right
in.
of
Top-
the map.
yep,
Top
alright.
right of the map, guys.
So I did
Top
those.
top. Yeah,
Well, you can see them on the map,
Correct.
yeah.
but I have all the areas unlocked.
It's
But I flew into the grass one.
Mhm.
Dude, it's sketchy. I felt like that scene in Harry Potter.
yeah. This one is basically just a stone maze with the guardians just like sitting around corners. I found this awesome helmet. It's like a barbarian helmet is what it's called.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
And I also got a there's a hidden area in that has like a diamond circlet that helps you against the guardians itself. So it has super high guardian resistance. So that was kind of cool. Just barely made it out of there.
Yeah, well,
Just barely made it
so
out
now
of
with that,
Guardians are pieces of shit.
so
there. I'm
maybe
getting pretty good at
Well,
fucking
he-
deflecting back their
there,
goddamn.
yeah. When there's like a noise, I'm pretty shitty at it, but and that always blows up my shield. But you can deflect it. There's like a tell right before
That
it makes a
shoots
You
noise.
should be crushing them.
I haven't fought. I don't fight them. I
He
don't
just
fight anyone.
found the whole world. He's not really that much
But
further.
what you found does something special to them.
Okay, well, I mean,
We'll talk
I
off air.
can. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I haven't used the Master Sword on anything yet, but I'm sure that it's a beast against it because they're considered like high level. But the great thing about the Master Sword is just traditional to the older games. If you have full hearts and you go to throw the Master Sword, it doesn't throw; it shoots the disc out.
That's cool.
And it's pretty cool if you're trying to get, those pesky birds. You want some bird meat, huh? Or that deer
yeah.
that you're not trying to sneak up on.
Right.
You're just yeah.
Arrows would do the same thing.
Yeah, but those are so expensive.
Valuable,
I
yeah.
spend all my
even
money
do the
looking
trick
for
anymore.
arrows.
To get rid of the trick.
Yeah, you can't even farm arrows. Or well, I got a bunch of money, so I just buy them. But I don't want to keep going back and bowling. I'm trying to be Link out here, man. I got time to bowl.
Do my treasure chest trick. Just
Yeah,
leave that
I'm
on.
gonna. But I
That
want the
helps.
shrines. Well, I guess now that I have the Master Sword, it's over.
Sure.
But
Not really. It's like beat Ganon.
yeah, well, fuck
You
it. I
just
got the
walk
Master
away
Sword.
from all
Yeah,
this
but I don't
shit.
need any more swords to be ready for them to break. Like, it's
Although I
over,
will
I'm
say,
done.
that
you know it's more than one.
I'm enjoying like doing little side quests when I'm like, oh shit, I only have like let's just say like a half hour to play. Instead of me trying to figure out and progress through the main story, I'm like, all right, this little kid is looking for a flame sword. Let me go and grab the flame sword and show it to him. Okay, cool. Let me do this. Let me do that. And you can kind of get like 2 or 3 little side quests done within 30 minutes or whatever if you have that kind of time frame. But I'm also really enjoying the sections where you find the memories and it kind of tells you
It shows you.
and shows you what had happened 100 years prior to what you're playing now. So it's a really
That's like the real
interesting
story
way.
pieces.
yeah.
I've only found one.
It's
so.
really interesting the
all
way
for
that they tell it. And I like the fact that you don't have to find. So like the first memory that you find isn't necessarily the first part of the memory. It could be like I think I found memory 13, which I think is the last one that they showed, and I was like, oh, that's weird because I haven't seen these characters yet. but they're being mentioned as if I should know who they are, and that's because that's just the one I found. So I thought that was I think that that's an interesting way of telling that, because I guess the memories don't really matter until you unlock them all and see like the full fleshed out story. But yeah, I think that the storytelling in this is very interesting, but again, like it's very schoolyard, like I said before, where, you know, like we're teaching each other tricks, like, oh shit, I didn't know that you could do that. And just the amount of stuff that I am finding in the game that like Steve hasn't found, or Steve has told me something that I'm like, oh shit, like that's really cool. I didn't know you could
There's
do
a
that.
specific type of shrine that keeps destroying me, and there's at least 2 shrines that I had to leave that I have to go back to because I couldn't beat them. And it's ones where there's a bunch of holes in the ground and a certain amount of balls, and you have to take the ball and put it in the hole. And I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm
This is
so shocked
That's
you
what
did
she
that.
Are
said.
you at the Twin Peaks?
I don't know. There's multiple. I found at least 3 or 4 of them, and there's 2 of them that I can't even figure it out.
Constellation one.
Yeah,
It
the
is the
constellation
constellation,
one. It's
correct.
so hard. I'm like trying to look up. I see a bunch of fucking constellations. I'm like reading the tablet. I'm trying to figure it out. It's a pain. There's definitely like an easy trick that I'm just not seeing. And they're the worst. I suck.
I
at
like the varieties of the shrines themselves.
Shrines
It's
are
not
dope.
like
Shrines are
there
dope.
there are the
Shrines are dope.
okay, here's the combat trials, but then there's like each one of the puzzles feels kind of unique. Like there was the okay, you know, scoop up the ball and you put the ball into the guardian hole or whatever. And then but there are like you have to mix and match, and you're using like a time thing and your stasis and your magnesis, and
I got a golf one. That was a lot of fun.
that's awesome.
A what?
that-
Oh wait,
Oh,
I
where-
did one.
yeah, you
I
have
did
to
one
do
that
the-
too. Yeah, and you
Mag-
have to
yeah.
kind of like, yep, that one was super cool.
Yeah, I don't like the ones where on
The
the
motion
Switch you have
control?
to use the
Yeah.
motion control.
It's
like
a little
hammer and
difficult.
shit.
It is a little difficult.
Yeah,
fucking
I'm not happy about
garbage.
the motion shit.
It's garbage. But yeah, they're all the shrines have been very good. I tried to take a picture of the old guy that's up there.
Oh yeah,
I took
I
a picture
found-
with him. I was like,
I found one that I did yesterday, and the shrine probably took me like 25 minutes. Not because I was stuck on anything, just because it was really long and it felt like a beginning dungeon of like a normal Zelda game. And I was surprised. I was like, why is this still going? Like this shrine should have been done 10 minutes ago. And it's one of those, I think it was like force is power, or like power is in force. And you they're giant
Force is
doors.
strong with this one.
And
Oh, you
the
have
way
to-
to open
yeah.
it, you have to like have these giant boulders crash into the doors.
Oh,
And-
that one was sick.
yeah, and it took
And
it
you
was
have
like,
to,
it
like-
was really long, and it took about 20 to 25 minutes to do it because it was just
And they
a
come crashing
lengthy
down.
a lengthy one. So I was really surprised at that. But I'm interested to continue playing and boring Gary to tears.
So what's the deal? I beat the
Perfectly
four beasts, and then the shield goes down, and I fight Ganon.
Well,
can
technically,
beat-
you
no,
can
you can
go and
walk
fight
up to
Ganon
it.
right now. You
Well,
don't
that
need-
castle's intimidating as hell. I
Yeah.
go up to it a little bit, but then I run away and I like touch it. I'm like, I'm out of here.
So I haven't come close to it right now. I'm still just middle
you're
middle to
still
right
in the
now.
same area.
Yeah, I'm not exploring the whole. I'm going from point to point and like
You haven't-
doing everything and sweeping it. That's why I have like 40.
You haven't even
shrines.
seen the world, Brian.
That's
There's
okay.
a whole world out
I'm
there
going to
waiting
it.
for Link to
Yeah,
explore
but then
it.
you're like, well, what am I
show you the
supposed to
world.
do? Like, I need to. You're probably missing a shit ton of side quests. You're probably missing a ton of things because you're just seeing everything and not doing everything.
Yeah,
are you.
well, there's 2 types of people. There's the guy who talks to the person in the town who says he's looking for his crown,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the guy who was out and found the crown, and then the guy's like, "Holy shit, I'm looking for my crown." I'm like, "I already got it." Okay,
Sure.
I'm guy number 2. Okay, and I'm having a lot of fun.
I'm having a
All right,
lot of fun.
You need a
exploring.
crown? I already found
Me
it.
too.
Gary, he's
Spring
right there. Fucking 5 shrines. He doesn't give a fuck about you.
I'm not even doing any shrines. That's it. I'm just.
He's fighting
exploring.
Ganon right now.
Yeah.
Just running around.
He's
Review
making his
coming
way
soon.
downtown.
But unless anyone really has anything else to say about Zelda, I think that's going to be
Zelda's
it
sick.
for Under Your Thumb, and we're going to take a quick break
Gary,
and
you
come
say something
right
about
back
Zelda?
with the Drunken News Game Show.